Call your girlfriend. It's time you had the talk. Give your reasons.
Okay.
Say it's not her fault, but you just met somebody new. Won't you tell her that you're upset? Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
I love that you always try to make sense of the songs I sing.
Yeah.
You're like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Because I don't know what's going on. No, that meant something.
What?
Oh, but that you're talking about Jesse.
Oh, you know what? That makes more sense.
You didn't know that? Brandon, be fucking for real.
Well, I was thinking more with the call your girlfriend when Paige revealed that Kyle vented about Amanda.
Oh, that's funny.
But the Jesse one does make sense.
I thought you were saying, like, call your girlfriend, let her know, look. Or call those other girls on your roster and tell them the books are closed.
See, this is why...
No more applicants.
Me and Maggie are the ultimate duo because...
We think different.
We think different, and it shows how so many different things can be interpreted in so many different ways, and there's so much depth to my performances, and there's a purpose to my art, and you see it and you validate it.
A purpose to your art?
Yeah.
You're so silly. I can't. You know what, Brandon? Do it. You do it, and you keep doing it. Do the damn thing.
Thank you so much, Maggie.
I'm proud of you.
Oh my gosh, I'm proud of you too.
Welcome to the Shade of It All.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Magdala.
And we are here
to talk about the summer.
The summer house.
Heartbeat.
The house in the summer.
So, Brandon.
Yes.
I didn't know that they like really went home. I haven't seen them go home. Have they been going home this whole time?
They do throughout the season, but they haven't yet because we've only been on one weekend. This has been the first weekend the whole time.
Both episodes were one weekend? Mm-hmm. But I could have sworn they went to sleep like 6 times. Maybe 4. Do they start the weekend on a Thursday?
I think they did this time.
Okay, I was about to say, there were too many days.
There was a lot of days. They spread it out because Lindsay had her like pregnancy announcement. Then they had the 4th of July party this month or this episode, which was lame. Usually their 4th of July is a little more lit.
Really?
Like usually the 4th of July party will be like the whole episode.
Really?
Or at least half. This one was like,
Barbie.
What are we doing?
Oh, that's funny.
But what did you think of this episode, Maggie?
It was kind of mid, near the beginning, near the end.
It was picking up.
Tea.
I agree. It was like, they're really, this season, taking their time to set the stage. They're like, we're going to set this up. And, you know, I'm here for the journey. We're here. But, like, Summer House, I mean, next episode looks like it's going to be good. So I won't get like on y'all too much, but
it does look like, I once we talk about it, I want to know why people are reacting the way they are. Seems a little extreme, but I don't know.
Oh yes, of course.
If you haven't been here yet, Brandon is the Summer House historian. I have just jumped in. This is my first season, so if I ask something that sounds like, oh, she should already know that, it's because I'm not so good at paying attention to things, and I don't know.
True. Well, you know, there's a lot of history with a lot of what happened this episode, especially. I cannot wait to get into it and give kind of that backstory, like with the Hannah of it all and everything.
Yes.
There's so much missing.
So much.
Because they also... So last time in the preview for this episode, they showed the full text message and somebody online like was able to decipher it all.
Ooh.
And it was more than what was shown.
Oh, okay. How did they get the full one?
It was just from the preview. They showed it, but it was a little blurry, but someone screenshotted it.
I was about to say, because I was like, I have a feeling Kyle said more than those 3 smaller.
He did.
Let's get into it.
A lot of breaking the fourth wall. I'm so excited.
Messy. I love a good mess.
We love some mess in here. Okay, so what do we want to like?
Let's start for most underwhelming to most great.
I was just about to say who we want to get out of the way.
Okay, I just want to throw it out there. I love Ciara and Carl.
Oh,
they're cute. Maybe I don't know anything, But when she like greets him and they hang out and their little banter, it's cute. So is her banter with Jesse. But like, I was like, this is cute. That they're just like cool friends. And he said that they used to be friends and he wants to like rekindle his friendship with her and Paige. So maybe something happened.
This is true.
But I was like, they're cute. Like, their friendship is cute.
I don't mind their friendship. I don't know if I'd want them to be together just because Carl, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think he's at her level.
No.
Ciara's man needs to look as great as Ciara.
Yes.
And honestly, West?
No, not at all.
I was like, maybe last summer, but
not this one.
Did they look cute together last summer?
I thought so. A lot of people did. And
Okay.
Times have changed. But the thing with Carl, he like had a crush on her or something. Like, I think when she first came in, he thought she was attractive. And they like made out a couple times one season.
Oh, okay.
But then like he ended up dating Mackenzie from Love Island season 2.
Right. Right.
And then after that, he got with Lindsay. And then his friendship with a lot of the house kind of went down when he was with Lindsay, because Lindsay was always at odds with the house.
And he had to pick her side.
But also his thing with Paige is interesting, because on her first season, he like they would make out in the pantry together and like kind of like hook up a little bit, but like not do anything past that. And like he wouldn't talk to her during the week when they weren't filming, and she was like, okay, you're a loser.
Yeah.
But then they kind of remained friends. But Lindsay was always weird with Paige. They never said it, but I think because she secretly liked Carl. So she was like, who's this new girl that's here and doing this?
That makes sense.
So there's a lot of backstory with everyone.
Okay.
But with Carl and Ciara, they do have a nice banter. They seem like they get along. And like, you know, I thought it was annoying though when like she's like, I like your hair like this. And he's like, oh, wow, Ciara paid me a compliment. I'm like, what the? Okay. Ciara even looked like,
yeah, I gave you a compliment. What about it?
I'm not a monster. You're not West.
Okay, I also have another random question.
Oh, yes, of course.
If y'all don't know, I have attention deficit, so they come in and out. You know, the sparks fly different. See, I just did that too.
What?
I turned on my...
the sleep mode? Yeah.
No, I turned my... on. You saw me?
Yeah, well, I saw you looking at it or doing something with your phone, and that reminded me. I was like, I need to put it on sleep mode.
Yeah, I was trying to put it on D&D, and then I like...
doesn't go off.
My brain wouldn't tell me where the button was, but I found it. Is everybody heterosexual?
On this show, yes.
That's boring.
It is.
Okay, a little while ago, I think it was our first episode, I was like, there's some diversity. Now I retract my statement, because seriously...
Yeah,
not even some people who are bisexual.
In the first 2 seasons, they had a gay guy, Steven.
Was he just alone all summer, or did he bring guys over?
I think... I didn't watch, but I think he went on some dates sometimes.
You didn't watch?
The first 2 seasons now.
Oh.
I like watched... I saw a little bit of it, and I've seen clips. So, like, I'm familiar with the characters, but, like, I didn't start watching every episode until season 3.
Do we think Ismail... I don't remember how to say his name.
Oh, my God, wait.
Imrul. Oh, my gosh. Imrul?
Yes.
Imrul.
Yes.
Imrul. Do we think he's heterosexual?
I think so.
Because of that Playhouse thing, I was like... What did you do in there, Imrul?
Maybe not, but
yeah,
I think possibly. I would say he is.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so they don't have any LGBTQ plus.
Boo!
I know, right? It's
Boo! Tomato.
Maybe season 10. I
mean, sometimes with casting, I feel like when they're trying to be diverse, sometimes it's blatantly like not good. So I get that you like need balance, but with this one there's like mostly white men, 2 black women. I don't know if anybody is like Hispanic and just white presenting.
Danielle is Hispanic, but she's not really on, and she came towards that. She's like guest.
Essentially a house full of white presenting people with like 3 now people of color, and I'm just like, that's boo. Tomato. They couldn't have a black guy.
No, and then what was it? Ciara was the first black castmate, and they didn't have her until season 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
Summer House.
They're a little behind, and
you're like, let's just ease in. No, don't be scared. Get some better casting. Or is it Kyle's job? Because it's Kyle's show.
I think he does interview people to like cast.
Why is he in charge of anything? They showed a clip of him last season with his long hair, and I was like, "Oh, glad you cut that shit."
No, yeah, it looked terrible. It's good that he cut it.
Yeah,
like he looks so much better. He really wanted a mullet for some reason. I don't know why.
Not in 2023, probably. No, not a mullet. Wait. You kind of did that for a little bit.
I did a modest mullet that was not nearly as long.
I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying you did it too.
You're trying to call me a hypocrite.
No,
You're trying to call me out in my own home on my own podcast I do.
Brandon, if you do it, it's stylish and hip. We can't say it's... Well, I think his hair was too stringy. And like...
Well, he just committed too much to the mullet. It was too traditional mullet. And it was like blonde.
Yeah.
So it was just gross.
Yours was very modern. The sides were down.
Thank you, Maggie.
You know...
I'm
no shade.
Past that mullet life though.
No shade for you right now.
It looked atrocious from the back.
You thought so?
Yeah.
I liked it. But this suits you well too.
Thank you.
I think this is OG Brandon hair.
It is for the most part.
Maybe there was more on the top.
I think I used to do a little more on the top.
We should post we'll post an old picture of us.
Oh yes.
Oh, I only have one that I can find. But yes. Anyway, okay. Who else?
Wes didn't do much this episode.
He didn't.
Boo.
He didn't really interact with Ciara. He was just like, that went well, and I kind of feel like I can be myself. And she barely mentioned him.
And she's like, anyways.
She's like, I just want to find my man, find my husband.
We believe in you, Ciara. You just gotta, which I think she's learning. She said she's not going to do any more like reality TV guys.
That's smart.
So I'm like, that's good.
Oh, okay. So Carl's definitely out.
Yeah.
He wasn't in.
He was never in. Who else?
We saw a little bit more of Bailee, like just having fun.
Yeah.
At the party and stuff, and then they didn't show her ever again.
Yeah, no, I wonder. I don't think she's going to come back the rest of the season.
Oh, because she didn't come back when they all came back?
Yeah, when they came back at the end of the episode. So I have a feeling...
Well,
maybe the last we ever saw of Bailee.
I wonder what happened. We don't know what happened, right?
There was a rumor that she went back to the city and was like leaking storylines, and producers found out, but I just don't know if I believe that.
That's interesting.
Someone like posted on Reddit, and then someone reported it, and then everyone online was talking about it. But I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't click for me.
Yeah, because it happened so fast. Like within a couple days, you guys heard back that she was
right. Like,
spreading
what
rumors.
storyline is she spreading? After one weekend, there wasn't that much going on. Like there was, but nothing that's like crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, what do you think of Imrul?
I'm trying to be optimistic. I just like.
Oh,
I didn't hate him.
Okay,
but I was like,
you get douchebag energy.
A little bit.
Okay.
Very.
I can hear it in your voice. Brandon does not approve.
It's just him going up and greeting and kissing everyone on the cheek. Was a little he's very touchy, which is fine, but and then just like the way, I don't know, he's a character I'm not interested in at all. So I don't
really,
like, I'm not even gonna say there's anything wrong with him, because he truly hasn't done really anything wrong. But I'm just like, I don't know if he interacts much as far as like getting close with any of the cast members. Maybe he does, but like I feel like his storyline is going to be very centralized to like himself, and I don't know if I find him interesting enough to
do they do that?
Well, just like, because I think
I keep interrupting you.
No, you're good. Just stop.
Yeah, I need to calm the fuck down. I'm drinking coffee right now.
She's on
I'm
one.
tired.
Oh no, you're good.
Magdalene, be quiet.
I think just because I think they hinted before, like some people like, oh, there's gonna be a threesome this season. I think it's him, and he like brings two girls. So I'm like, I don't think it's anyone like in the house.
That's silly.
So I'm just like, I feel like he's just gonna be that guy Imrul that like fucks everyone and like is kind of douchey, but like also nice.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know if I care to see that on my television show.
Right.
But also, who knows?
Yeah.
Summer House is just also notorious for casting like one season wonders and like random castmates. So like when you have Imrul, I don't know. We'll see. We haven't seen enough, so I don't want to fully judge. But he seems.
But he made a full judgment.
But I did.
No,
But I
no, that's valid. Because my problem is I always take people at face value. I'm like, oh, you're nice. And then they do something. And I was like, you're not nice.
Yeah.
But my initial impression was like, oh, he's handsome. He's nice. He's friendly. He seems like a good time. His weekend activities, it sounds like they're setting it up for this like thing to happen. He should have been on like From Throuple to Couple or something. I don't know if Summer House is your show.
Oh, or Love Island.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Oh yeah, because he's all like, "Oh, let me kiss your cheek and let me talk to you." And
a lot of people online are saying that Jesse and Lexi are giving Love Island, and they kind of are.
Definitely.
In like not a good way.
I mean, you want to get into them?
Yeah, we can.
So, yes, they're moving fast, but they also live in the same place.
Yeah.
So when you're living in the same house as somebody, and in the first 10 minutes you find them attractive and you pursue it, he was moving quick.
Yeah.
She picked up on it. I don't know if we could be mad at the pace. They lived in the same house for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and they're going to be together all summer.
Yeah.
So I get the pace, kind of. I mean, the meeting the parents is a little.
That is
part,
crazy.
like,
she was like, they were in town. Okay. I think that. And he was joking about her being his girlfriend and stuff, right?
That's the thing. He hit the paint hard.
He did.
Kept saying he was his girl. She was his girlfriend.
Did she say it to him?
I don't think so. But
Okay.
she was just like flirty back or whatever. And like he set the stage for it to get to this serious. But then when it actually started to get serious, he's like, wait.
And I don't think he's stopping it, which is the problem. Because it's
No.
like, Jesse, if you don't want to be exclusive, just say that. And let her make a choice. If you don't want to meet her parents, just say that. And then she can make her own decisions after that. If you don't want to be all up on her, just say that. But maybe she's getting like, you know, that's what she wants. She wants to be exclusive. I guess she wants you to meet her parents. So you get to decide whether you're cool with that or not. And he's just going with it and sounds unhappy about it, but isn't stopping it. Because if I watched the show back and saw what he said, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I would. I mean, if I watched any of what he's saying about anything, I'd be like, yuck. I don't think they're still together now. But it's just like,
I was curious.
and like his thing is just, I don't, because her thing is like, she's like, I'd rather jump in and get hurt than wonder, oh, what if? And I'm like, okay, fair enough. So, but I was watching with my friend Mackenzie, and we were like, did we just watch him get the ick in real life? Because like when like towards the end of the episode, when she comes back and she like says something and then like hugs him, he kind of looks like not as into it. And then with her being like, oh, are you gonna stop commenting all these things under these girls' pictures if we're together?
Yeah.
And I don't, you know what, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if we're dating, if we are together, the optics of you commenting, oh, you look fucking hot. Oh, holy fucking under other girls.
That was fuckamole. I was wondering what that word was.
Under other girls. Now, granted, I guess it depends case by case basis who it is. But also, I can see her being like, maybe do it a little less. We also don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I could see why. And it's just like, even on their date, which was boring as fuck, his humor sucks. I don't think he's funny at all. He has lost all his charm to me. Not that he even had much to begin with, but he had a little bit. But I'm like,
drag him, Brendan, drag him.
Like corny dad vibes. And I'm like, ugh, I can't. But during their date, when she's like, I just want to be sure, like, if we're moving forward, we're only talking to each other. And then he's like, oh, I don't know about that.
He said something like, that's weird. Different.
Yeah, that's different. And it's like, okay, but like, if she's your girlfriend, like you have been saying to everybody, what do you mean? Isn't that what you wanted?
It's like, I was joking though.
Well, joke around and find out.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You got yourself a girlfriend and potentially a wife.
You didn't know. And I'm like, and I also wonder if it's one of those things where it's like he was so infatuated, like, oh, she's so hot and like kind of cute or whatever, and like she's fun to talk to. But then as he's getting to know her more, and she's like, I'm the jealous type. I'm this, I'm that. He's like jealous. Oh, fuck.
His eyes got big when she said jealous.
Yes.
And she's like, she's just hanging on his neck. I all the time. She's not registering any of his body language or anything. Maybe she didn't see, but I get that. I was thinking, because I've done that before, where you like an idea of somebody, like, oh, is this my person? Oh my gosh, we're hitting it off. Oh my gosh, But then you get to know them, you're like, oh no, But I kind of felt like the posting was a little much, because he's posting on cast members stuff.
True.
And his maybe she doesn't, but like you should have. Soon, actually, I think she probably does know that he has a friendly relationship with a lot of these girls, and he's hyping up his female friends online. Like,
yeah, and Amanda's married,
right? Because who was it? Who was waiting on his post? Was it Paige on his comment?
I think it was Amanda. She was like, "Jesse, everyone's waiting for your comment."
So he's known for doing that. He's known for gassing them up and being really like loud about it. So why would you? I don't think that's fair to do, unless he's like being weird and not doing it for you.
Yeah.
Or
it's a really case by case. We gotta, like, it depends.
I think it sounds like he just does it for the cast, though.
It sounds like he's doing a lot for the cast and for the cameras, but is failing to realize these are real people.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get in the showmance, but what you're failing to see is there's this other girl on the other side that is her first time on TV. So she's not, I don't think, thinking showmance. Like, maybe she is, but I think she's also just like, oh, I like him.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And it sounds like it sounds like she's speaking her mind, so I don't know why he's not.
Yeah, and she even told the girls, like, oh, I know we're going fast, but, like, it is what it is.
Yeah, like, I feel like it's fun for her to just... Speak up, man. I do not want to hear Jessie complaining 1 second about this girl.
No.
Just tell her. It's been a week. Fucking tell her.
Right. And
just tell her.
But then you also, if you're going to say that.
Flowers to her mom. Like, you're making a big gesture.
Like, you're doing these serious things and it's not like casual either. I feel like if you do tell her, it's been 2 days or whatever, you then have to change your behavior. Because your behavior before was painting a different story. So if you tell her, but then you don't change your behavior, actions speak louder than words.
That part.
So, and don't blame it on, I'm Jessie. So, who the fuck is Jessie?
Is this just like a super quick, like, accelerated version of Ciara and West? Like, doing the things, but not feeling the things, and then later come to find out you weren't happy at all? Like,
yeah.
You're a grown-ass man. Say it with your chest. I know your brain develops slower, but he's 31.
But wrap it up. He is. He's old.
And he was also like, I like
old.
to take...
I'm 30.
Me too. He's also like, how many? 2 weeks? I'm 2 weeks older than Brennan.
You are older.
10 days, actually. 23.
10 days.
3.
That's a lot of seconds, a lot of hours, a lot of minutes.
Anyway. But because I'm a woman, I'm more mature than you.
Debatable.
I feel like you're older than me. In the sense that I feel like you're more mature than I am.
Oh my gosh, stop. I feel like
you like know how to do stuff that I don't.
Like what?
Like dress yourself and decorate your house.
I
know how to dress myself, but I just feel like Brandon's wardrobe is just like every time. I'm always gassing you up, but it's true. Right? Like, this is legit how I feel. Like, I feel like he's always wearing something new, and people might look at me and see that way, but like, I feel like I have a hard time like finding things I like and feeling good in my clothes, and you just seem to do it effortlessly.
Thank you so much, Maggie. That is so kind. I'm glad you noticed. I would say you dress well and you always have like nice clothes. Your thing is just you're indecisive.
And I'm self-conscious as hell.
So it's just like, but you have a lot of cute things because we did a closet clean out and you had a lot of cute stuff.
You're right. You're right. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
The other thing is I'm really mean to myself. Like, girl, what are you wearing?
I know, right? She came over and she's like, I had these 2 days off and I did it wrong. I did this. And now I just want to do nothing. That's what I should have done. And I'm like, Maggie, you can't, like, it's your days off. You do whatever you want. There's no right way to have a day off.
Like, I should have applied for 7 jobs by now and cleaned up the whole house. No, it's silly. I'm very mean to myself. Like, this morning, I picked this outfit and I was like, I'm pretty sure I like it. But I will feel better about clothes when someone compliments it than when I like it. And that's not, I don't think that's how it should be. Like, I should love how I feel in it and be like, yes, compliment me, ho, because you should, you know?
I get that. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes it's weird. I don't like when people compliment me.
Really?
Or like clothes. I'm just like, don't say that. Not ever. I do like it. Who am I saying? But I don't know.
You don't like compliments?
I like compliments, but sometimes when the attention's too much, or like if like it's like, I don't know.
From a person in person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Or it's just like, okay.
That's the introverted part of you that's like, don't look at me.
I'm like,
but
stop,
look at me.
but look at me.
Maybe like send it on Teams, but don't like tell me in person.
Right.
Comment it on TikTok, but don't tell me in person.
Don't be nice to me. Stop.
I understand you. You. No, but I went to the class and my friend wanted to meet up right after, so I just got changed to the gym. And Laura was like, I love your outfit. And I was like, period. Because you're like cute today. So yeah.
I love that.
It took a little bit. What were we talking about?
Jesse and Lexi.
But why did we start talking about maturity? He is immature. But yeah, I just really feel like he's not saying what's on his mind. He's saying it behind her back, which is really, really fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think if she heard how he was like talking about her in the beginning, like, oh, she seems kind of ditzy and look at her ass, and like, I wonder if she'd feel a way.
Yeah. I do too. She did clock the ditzy comment in the moment, but I'm interested to see, because they did film this after show that hopefully will start having the episode soon. Usually they'll release them on like YouTube and then like Peacock the next day sometimes. So I'm wondering if she'll say anything reflecting on what she's seen.
I wonder too. Oh, we gotta watch it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're usually pretty short. They're like maybe two videos that are like 10-15 minutes long.
Has anyone been on Watch What Happens Live yet?
Ciara and Lindsay were on after the premiere.
Okay.
And then Carl was on this past one, but he didn't really say much. That was like, you know.
And I think the last thing I will say about Jesse, if I can remember, I had a thought. No, it's gone. It's okay.
It's gone. Fitting. It's fine.
I was gonna say something else.
Fitting, because we don't need to be talking about Jesse like that.
You don't need that much airtime, and it doesn't seem like he brings it up. Like, I really feel like he's going to just hold this in and not say anything for a while.
Yeah.
Like, he's being a real punk about it. But yeah, like you. Oh, I was gonna say, remember how he told her he had a near-death experience, wants to grab life by the heart, like, you know what I mean? Just do it. So that's probably what she thinks.
Yeah.
But he's not cool with everything, and he's just not saying it.
Yeah.
And then you asked her on a date. You went to go see her mom.
Yeah.
Obi took more than a year to talk to my mom, even.
Oh, true.
One day I forced him on the phone with her, and he was like so nervous, and I felt bad after. But I was like, just say hi. Say hi to my mom. But like you know, I feel like parents. It's not like he met her sister. Well, he already met her sister, but he met her sister, another sister, I think, and both parents.
Yeah, he met, because the sister came to the 4th of July party, and then he met both parents at the dinner or lunch or whatever they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is just getting messy real quick.
Yeah. No one's forcing you to do anything.
No. So enough about Jesse. I'm over him.
Yes.
Okay. What's left? I think all that's really left is maybe the Kyle and Paige.
And yeah.
Well, okay. We can talk a little. Paige and Lindsay. Mm-hmm. They have the moment where they go shopping at the maternity shop to find her clothes, and this was a nice moment, because usually Lindsay and Paige are at odds. So to see them kind of have a moment. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, Lindsay's Lindsay, and she can be intense. I think, like I said before, I think there was like an underlying thing where she was like jealous of Paige because Carl liked her, and they had a moment. Mm-hmm. And then they just like never really like got along after that, and always had moments where they would just like fight or whatever. And so, but now Paige even said, she's like, when Lindsay said she was pregnant, I just felt very protective of her, and I was like, this is my friend, we have to make sure she's okay. And so that was nice.
Yeah.
And so they went shopping, and it was cute.
Is she typically like Ciara's size?
Who?
Lindsay.
Like as far as like, oh, like
size, like how body type?
I think so, yeah.
Because everybody's like, we see your bump, and I was like, where?
Oh.
Did you see it? I didn't see no bump. It looks like you're just wearing it. Really?
Yeah.
It just looked like maybe she was a little bloated.
I mean, there's a bump, and also they know she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's wearing like a crop top
I feel
to
like
it.
Bump was a stretch.
I mean, there's a bump.
Yeah. I guess. Hey, I see it more when she's not wearing a crop than when she is.
True. The clothes do accentuate, but you can see it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's there. But yeah, she's
like,
usually
oh,
pretty like shredded or something. Like
okay, that makes more sense. They're used to her looking
shredded, but you know, she's like thick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that was sweet. And she seemed excited to be like looking for clothes with her and stuff. Yeah. It was cute.
And they were like, "Oh, I'm she wanted to break the cycle of like her mom abandoning her and all that."
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's cute. I like this.
The clip of her talking to her mom was like, "Hey mom, yeah, both ways." I'm like, dang, Lindsay.
I know.
If I could be so just confident and unabashed, just say whatever.
That's one thing about Lindsay. She's fully confident and fully just like she doesn't care.
Bitch, what did you say to me? What did you do? Mom, just a reminder, you abandoned me, ho. Like,
don't forget. And I'm like, I love it.
Ho, is you my mom? Because you don't call me.
I don't think you are. So yeah, that was a cute moment. Okay, so now the Kyle and Paige of it all. Well. So it's Kyle's embarrassing DJ event. And Paige shows up.
I really thought it was embarrassing. I was like, I love how we're not hearing your music at all, or like even seeing you do anything. He doesn't give DJ for me.
No, he's like lame. And he said it when they cut to the clip of him saying like, "Oh, I want to be a DJ." He was having a drunken freak out because Amanda said she potentially wanted to step down from Loverboy to do her own thing.
What's Lover? I saw those. What is that?
It's his like drink company. Oh. It's like the canned cocktail.
Because Paige mentions it, and I don't. She was like, "What if I did XYZ with Loverboy?" I was like, "I only seen Jesse with a hat that said Loverboy."
Yeah, they have merch too.
Okay.
So they have all that, but it's like his canned cocktail, and so he is there, and then Paige shows up, and we notice they don't like say hi to each other at all.
It was so awkward.
It was. He's like, "Hey guys," and Paige is just like, "Anyways."
He's like, "I'm gonna go to the bar." And see what's at the bar. Yeah.
And then Paige is like, "Ciara, come here, let me show you this." And she shows the rage text that Kyle sent her. Now, we only saw a portion of this. I shall read
show
the full version that was decoded.
Can you send it to me too?
Of course. Let me do this.
The way I'm feeling right now, I don't think I'll be able to follow along.
Maggie's like, "I am energized." Okay, just sent it. So the full text said, "Honestly, beyond discouraged. With Craig too. This wouldn't be a topic today if it wasn't for him and about a dozen lies. I can't believe this is where Hannah is at 3 years later. I'm fucking apeshit. First her telling Alex Cooper I cheated on Amanda right up until our wedding and all the pain we fucking suffered because of that podcast when it was at its peak, which I never fucking confronted you or her about. Now this. You've been with her this entire time and are now out there saying you wish you stood up for her season 5. Now this. Is this what you think as well? Hannah had the lowest Q rating entire network, aka likability. Just ask," and I think his name is Dave Kaplan, but they blurred it out in this. "Dave Kaplan drunk and he'll tell you. Sorry to barrage you. I was just heated in the moment. Can't vent to Amanda because she basically divorced me for potentially hurting your guys' friendship with the spritz stuff. And I don't understand how lies keep getting..." And then it cuts off, I think. But
there's so many problems with this.
Everything.
Yes.
So what had happened was Craig is signed on to be an ambassador with this other spritz company called Spritz Society. And I guess Craig says he asked Kyle first to see if he could be involved in Loverboy. Kyle said no because Kyle doesn't do stuff like that. Like he's like his own investor or has other investors, but he doesn't like have people like be ambassadors,
influencers. Okay.
So, and then he signed on to do the Spritz Society, and I think he was leaning towards it, but he wanted to ask Kyle to be like, you know, you're my friend, let me be sure, and whatever. And so Kyle went on Watch What Happens Live and was like, I think he was going to do it the whole time, or he signed on to it prior to us meeting. I think he's a liar. I think this other brand, he had said other shit about the other brand, like the owner being shady and like all this stuff. And like really made a thing about it. And he's like, with his history, he's a liar. So, you know. And so then I think that was before the season started filming. And so, then another thing happened while they were filming. Hannah went on this podcast, BFF's Pod, with Dave Portnoy. It's like a Brianna Chicken Fry and Josh Richards. It's like a Barstool Sports podcast. And it was when her comedy special on Netflix premiered. And so
Paige does comedy?
Hannah.
Oh, Hannah.
And so Dave had said something like, oh, is it true you were fired because you promoted Truly? And like Kyle got mad because he has Loverboy. And Hannah said that's where the beef started, like her issues. And then she went on to say something like, you know, Bravo didn't fire me, people just didn't fuck with me and all that, so like I couldn't come back to the house or something, like kind of basically saying, oh, like they didn't want to be my friend anymore, so why would I be asked back to like film the show, type of thing. And it's like, okay, well, I'm sure you were like fired, but like, you know, I get what you're saying. So but it got out that Hannah said she was fired because she did the Truly ad. Like solely because of that. But that's not really what she said.
That's not what she said.
And like if people like actually listen, they would know, but the internet doesn't do that. And Kyle like saw a clip and went with it. So then him sending Paige all this stuff, I guess was during filming and anything like right after it happened. So now Paige is pissed because she's like, you're talking shit about my best friend and my boyfriend, and also I didn't fucking do anything. Why am I getting these rage texts? So, and then him bringing up, which they didn't show, the whole Q rating and like likability thing. That's like, I guess like a Bravo thing to like determine if the audience is like liking you or not. Now granted, I believe Hannah had a low Q rating, but I'm gonna give a hot take. Season 5, her last season, I've rewatched recently, borderline unwatchable, because there's a lot of editing, a lot of not showing the person's face when they talk. So it clearly is like they're putting this audio in, and it happens a lot. Like if you really pay attention, it happens a lot. And it was a very one-sided, they're not showing everything with Hannah. And it was very much they wanted to drive a point home that Hannah is the bad guy. And that nobody likes her.
It was edited after the fact. That makes sense.
Yes. Now, granted, who's to say if they showed more of Hannah's side, you know, they'd still like, maybe they wouldn't be on her side. But it's still missing the story. And I think a lot of their stuff was like, because I know one thing, he didn't like Giggly Squad. Because it started off as like Instagram lives during COVID. And he didn't like that they were like talking about the show and all this.
Why?
I think because they would say, like Hannah in particular would sometimes say stuff about him and Amanda. But the thing is, like, their relationship was a big topic of the season. Because he had cheated on her previously. He was going out late and she was getting upset and like calling. He threw a pillow at her. Like, there was things to talk about. So it was just like,
so he's like not for them doing anything that negatively impacts him, in his opinion.
Yes. And then also just with the Alex Cooper thing, she's the Call Her Daddy host.
What about the cheating thing?
So they went on her podcast, I think
Hannah and Paige.
And they went on, I think, after Paige filmed season 6, but it was Hannah's first season not on it. Like she had been fired. So they filmed and they were kind of talking about their friendship and the fallout from the show and everything like that. Now, I don't know if Hannah told Alex that he cheated on her up until her wedding or not, because that wasn't in the podcast. I remember, if I remember correctly, Alex did an intro before having them on, and she had said that. So I don't know if it was something like she thought that, or maybe because she knew he had cheated, like, oh, she just assumed it was like that and said that. I don't know if Hannah told her that. So
that's real.
That's real, but it's like a assumption, and like to be like Alex said it, but we don't know if Hannah told her that. She could have just like been mistaken.
So he's directing anger at places where it's not 100% that that's actually how things happen.
Yes.
And did Hannah ever get to defend herself and say what really happened?
No, because I don't think Hannah cares. If I'm being
I'm dead.
Hannah's very successful and doing her own thing, has moved past Summer House. I don't think she will ever comment on this again. I don't think she will ever come back to the show. I think she is good.
After this season, you mean?
Because Paige is on, but Hannah's not.
Didn't Hannah come visit? Or is that Amanda?
Who?
Who's the girl with the black hair who was in the house at the end?
That's Paige.
No, somebody came and was like, "Hi, I'm so-and-so." She was wearing white.
Oh, that's Danielle.
Danielle, sorry.
I was like, who?
I was like, "There's Hannah."
That's Hannah. Oh.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, I don't think Hannah will ever comment on this, and I think that's also the part that might make Kyle even more mad. Is that
like,
Hannah doesn't need to fight with him.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm living rent free in your head, ho."
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
So sorry about it.
Anyways, let's go giggle.
Let's giggle, and and also Paige and Hannah did just the 60 city podcast tour. That is crazy.
Did you pause to see your city on it?
I didn't pause, but I did notice. We went to the Tampa one. I will say, okay, I told this to Maggie. The show, it was towards the end, I think. They seemed a little off and a little like, it just didn't feel like they were on their A game. That week, though, it was Thanksgiving week. That's around the time she broke up with Craig.
Oh.
And I think it was right before she did. Oh. And I could tell in particular, Paige, there was something going on. Oh. So I felt and me and Gia both, we were just like,
what was that about?
Yeah. So it's interesting. So I'd like to say, like, although that we're part of history because we were part of a show before. Yeah. She broke up with Craig.
How many into the tour was Tampa?
I think they did a few shows, like maybe 2 or 3.
So they were still getting their feet wet too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. And she didn't cancel.
No, wait. That was kind of... They did 2 or 3 in Tampa, but Tampa was kind of towards the end of the tour. So I think they were maybe burnt out a little too.
Yeah, maybe they were burnt out too.
60 cities is a lot.
Yeah, they ripped the Band-Aid off hard.
They did.
Well, so I'm glad I know the backstory. But I also think it's interesting how he's like, sorry to barrage you. So you know this is not okay.
Yeah.
Right? Basically, I don't remember what this is called, but essentially you're trying to manipulate someone by saying the reaction you don't want them to have to them so that they maybe potentially to try to control how they react. Yeah. So sorry to barrage you is supposed to be like a cover of, right, you know, and it's like, no, this is not okay. And then I can't vent to Amanda because she basically divorced me for potentially hurting you guys' friendship. So you send it to Paige?
As if, like, I mean...
To continue to hurt the friendship?
Right. And, like, Amanda's gonna find out regardless. Yeah. So it's just, like, stupid.
Well, maybe he thought it wasn't gonna come up. Brandon, I also hate people... Well... maybe it's me too, because I don't know if I could. You big bad behind this text. Then when you saw her, you're like, hi, I'm gonna go to the bar.
And we see
like, where was all that? Say it with your chest, ho. Come on.
And next episode, Paige is about to go off on him, and he's just like, "Oh, have your moment, Paige." Like,
no, it sounded like he was crying near the end.
He is gonna cry near the end. Yeah. So it's just like, fuck around, find out.
Right. So in the preview, we see him telling Jesse that this has affected his marriage and all this stuff.
Yeah, maybe it's the part about the podcast.
Yeah,
like saying, but I'm like, well, here's the thing. I think it would have, because if that was said, Amanda had a period where she didn't trust him, so she probably was like, "Have you cheated on me? Like, have you done this?" Or like, "I'm so sick of people thinking you cheat on me more than you did." Like, I don't know.
I do think it's very telling, though, that no one is bringing that up. She's only really bringing up the fact that you're bringing her into a mess that she's not a part of. Yeah. But you're like, this is affecting my... So I wonder if he really did cheat. And it's just like, you know, look, to get so upset. You did that. Yeah,
because there was only the one confirmed time, but I'm pretty sure... I mean, I don't know. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
There was also... Lindsay had brought up season 3 that there may have been another instance, but then he supposedly messaged the girl and she said she doesn't remember or doesn't think that happened. But it seemed very like... weird.
Yeah.
How that happened.
Yeah, no.
So who knows?
This is, I just think his whole philosophy, like, he's trying to manipulate. He's manipulative.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Have you got that from before?
He's very, he just doesn't like, he's so like, I don't like how people will talk about me and my relationship. But he talks about other people's relationship.
Yeah, he was freaking instigating last episode with Wes. Like, I'd like to hear that. I'd like to hear that conversation. So like, I would have been like, Kyle, shut the fuck up.
Right.
I said I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. So it's like a double standard type thing. And then even like with the drink thing, it really is like if you like, you're not paying them to drink a Loverboy.
Yeah.
They just have to do it because it's all you bring to the summer house.
Right.
And then also if they drink anything else, you get pissed off and you get mad. And that's why Paige is like, I've drinking your drink for 7 fucking years and come to all your events.
Yep.
When have you ever said anything positive about anything I'm doing, like my podcast, the book, like any of it?
No, he's a taker. He wants people to, your actions should serve him. And he makes it sound like, oh, you're not loyal or whatever, but the root is you need to act the way Kyle wants you to act. You need to be the way Kyle wants you to be. And that's crazy. But then he's very like sheepish, like, I'm gonna go to the bar. I can't believe this. Hi. Hey. I'm gonna go. It's that hate the I can't remember what it's and it's
how
like
y'all
that
doing?
It's that like Kyle, what the hell?
No, he's terrible, and I think also he just thinks like I created the show, so like you guys wouldn't even have the success if it wasn't for me.
You know, there's a lot of other things that have to happen for a show to start.
That part.
Unless you're the executive producer, I don't think you could really put your name on it. But maybe they let him.
And if that's the case, why haven't you been as successful as Paige and Hannah? If it's just all you.
Yeah, have you had his drink?
I tried the espresso martini one. I don't really like espresso martini, but it was like a holiday flavor. So I wonder how the other ones taste, but I do think they're a little overpriced. It's like $60 or $50 for like a 12 pack.
What?
Yeah.
Where do they sell it? Total Wine?
I think some, but not all.
It's not in a regular grocery store, right?
I don't think so. I think it's kind of hard to get. And then you can get it like online.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like he's always complaining that Loverboy is like about to tank or is going under. And I have to take all these loans out and all this.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so that's why Paige is like, you're like, I don't fucking buy and sell Loverboy.
That's what she meant. Okay. That's
and I'm
funny.
like, I wish you would. No.
Yo, no. Craig should like have an affiliate who wants to buy it, and then like he wouldn't know that Craig bought it, but he does.
Oh, Craig. Oh, God.
That'd be funny.
It is funny though, looking now and seeing Paige defend Craig now, knowing that they're not together. It's like, oh, she does care about.
She was 10 toes down for her
the people
man.
who think she doesn't care about him or didn't care about him. Clearly, she does.
Yeah,
she's defending him.
I also, so we've been talking about Kyle a lot. I love Paige's response. Like, she doesn't buy his tactic. She's like, this has nothing to do with me. You need to bring this where it belongs. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not playing. You know what I mean? Like, I love that she's just very like, no. What we're not gonna do is that.
Right. And
she stands on it.
Yeah, and she's like, if you see something you don't like on the internet, sit with it for a minute and then reach out to the person who actually said it.
Yeah.
And like, I just get it. She's like, why are you texting me at 9:30 a.m. on a Thursday? I already don't want to be up. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, period.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she's just pissed because by the end of it, she's like in the room with Ciara and she's like, look, I didn't want to bring it up at his event, but I'll bring it up at Lindsay's gender reveal.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no, I'm excited for that confrontation, but yeah, it's very interesting so far. He's just so entitled, and I'm surprised he hasn't watched himself back to be like, ooh, it's kind of giving narcissist energy. I know we throw that term around a lot, but I feel like with reality TV shows, sometimes it's just like really obvious.
Yeah.
Like, you have a personality disorder.
You got
that's not normal
going on. Yeah. And even, I mean, he's just very full of himself.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. He just thinks he's the most important person and like I'm the most important like businessman because I'm stressed and I'm doing all this and you guys wouldn't understand.
Yeah, because I think Ciara said like, oh, the only time he wants to talk about business is to lecture you about how you should do yours. Like he's like a know-it-all with business stuff. Like the way that we do Loverboy is, and you should do your podcast like.
And like because last season they got in an argument because after he like got mad at Amanda for wanting to like step down and do her own like swimwear thing, Paige was like, what the fuck, like why just let her try, like she's not happy. And then Kyle was just like, you guys just don't understand, and she's like, oh, I guess we just don't understand. Fucking Loverboy.
No, he wants to control everybody and everything.
He does, because even with the Amanda thing coming to work with him, he pressured her to leave her job prior to help him out. So then for him like to have her go on and then complain about her all the time and everything, it's like, you wanted this, you made this happen. Like, he's stupid. I can't. It's always about what he wants. And
that's what I'm saying. It all tracks up to him just being controlling. Like, you gotta do it his way. That's annoying. Did she do her swim thing?
She did. It just actually released. It was with this company, separate. South Moon Under. It's getting reviews.
What's it called?
Well,
South what?
It's Amanda Batula Swim, but it's under this company, South Moon Under.
Okay.
The one thing people are saying is it's very expensive.
Right.
Like to buy like a set would be like $160.
What do you mean? Like a bikini? Just the bikini?
Just like the top is like 90 and then the bottom is like a different, like they're expensive, or the top is like 70, like it's a lot. But what I will say is that company, if you look at the company, all their bathing suits are priced that way. So there's that.
Okay, it's not for us.
Yeah, and then I think some people were complaining like that it wasn't as size inclusive or something. I don't know. And there's also just haters that want to be like, oh, it's not that cute. I thought everything looked nice. I think the size inclusive, that's a valid thing to say. And I think I saw Amanda like comment under somebody's TikTok that was critiquing it. It was just like, oh, thank you for letting me know, like we want to bring this into the next job. And it's like, she's open to criticism. So that's
I like that energy.
That's good energy, and that shows that she'll do better next time, I think. Which is good. You can't always get it right the first time. And so I've seen some people who are happy with it, so you can't you know, it is what it is. You can't always please everyone.
It could be worse. It could be She by Sheree.
Non-existent.
Also, all stolen.
Right. From Shein. She by Shein.
Okay. This is interesting.
Yes, but I'm ready for next episode.
Yeah, me too.
Paige is about to go off on this man, and I'm so excited.
He sounded like he was crying as he was leaving the house.
He was.
It's like, you're such a punk.
And then Amanda's crying to Paige and being like, I don't want to fight with you ever.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because Paige even said, she's like, the reason I haven't gone as hard against him is because of Amanda.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. She respects her friend and their marriage.
Yeah.
She's just she has to speak up for herself. But Kyle doesn't want to hear any voice but his.
It's like, how long can you respect Amanda more than her own husband respects her? And like,
I'm surprised they're not divorced.
I mean, you and us all.
I was going to say, did something happen?
No, I mean, people were just always like, oh no,
leave him.
She should, but we'll see.
Any other highlights?
Trying to think. I don't think
there was a guy who fell at the party that I thought was really funny. He like was sitting down and fell, and I was like, I don't like the idea of drunk people around a pool.
Yeah, no, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
But yeah, I think that was kind of it, because Lindsay's planning her gender reveal, and it's going to be a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. And we saw Carl saying like, what am I going to do, pout and say I don't want to play? Yeah,
which I will say, they released the first 5 minutes of the next episode online. And thankfully we get the scavenger hunt right in the beginning.
Okay,
thank God. Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way
so we can get to the business.
Did they show any clips of the business?
Not yet.
Okay.
I feel like they might show a sneak peek or two before the next episode airs.
My favorite part was when Danielle came in and was like, is that your ultrasound? And Lindsay's like, yeah. And she's like, did someone make it for you? Valid question. Danielle, I like you. Like, you made that yourself to bring here? Was Carl here? And she's like, well, I guess it's not as awkward. But I'm like, yeah, it's really like, pick me, watch me, look at me and my baby.
Lindsay's extra, and Danielle will be the one to call her out.
I love that. What did you think?
I mean, it's a valid
Was it
question.
normal for you to see Danielle be like that?
Yes. Slightly hater to her best friend, but valid of thing to say nonetheless.
She said something else that was like kind of shady, and she's like, I have to pick on you. It was about something like...
She did, but I forget.
I can't remember, but it was funny.
But watch what Crabbins pointed out, though, where they were like with Danielle. She was like, oh, it's good to be back. And like, oh, this place looks the same. Like reminiscing. Girl, you weren't gone that long. It's the second weekend. It's the second weekend. And she keeps saying, I chose not to. No, you were fired. And they brought you back.
Wait, why'd they fire her?
Because she must not. No one really liked her last season. But she's just one of those, she's good as a friend.
That's why I thought she was Hannah. Because I was like, oh, she got fired. And now she's visiting.
No, Hannah, but Paige did say something. She's just like, you lie. When she was talking about Kyle's, like page 6, where he said, I had nothing to do with Hannah getting fired. She's like, you wouldn't make up with her at the reunion. And we all know what that means.
Yeah, that he was responsible.
Yeah, maybe. Or like that he has more of a say than he's letting on, I think.
Does he ever apologize to anyone but Amanda? I guess it's always like a too late. I feel like when he apologizes to Amanda, it's too late.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit. I don't think he's ever apologized to Hannah or anything like that. But yeah. I feel like maybe he has to like Paige or like Ciara, but then he'll just do the same thing again. So like,
he's really standing on business. Like, y'all didn't support me. That's crazy.
What is there to support?
Right.
Where's my support?
Right.
Where's my pie? Where's my cake? Where's my cookie? Where is it? Well...
I think that's it.
I think that's it for today's episode, y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all. We got a new review.
Ooh, where?
We got it on Apple Podcasts.
Ooh.
We got 5 stars from Maple Murphy this past Wednesday. The thing said, I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for helping me take my mind off life. You guys are the best. The joy when I opened up my app and saw White Lotus. Your recaps are top tier. You're doing a great job, friends. Yes! We are covering White Lotus. We just started.
Brandon!
I know.
Oh my gosh! I'm so happy.
Yes.
Because we're trying to step out of the box.
Do a little
thanks
something
for
different.
seeing us. Girl,
Yes.
This also takes my mind off of like when I come here, it's like I'm in another world and then I leave and I have to go back to my life. So I get it, girl. I get it, person.
Oasis.
Sorry. I'm always assigning genders to things. I'm working on me. But
You're
thank
Carolyn,
you.
girl.
Thank you for I call everybody girl. I call Obi girl. Thank you for the review. That's amazing. So glad you're listening.
That is. We love reviews. And if you guys want to be as iconic as Maple Murphy,
yes.
You should also leave us a review.
Do it.
5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And also leave a review like that on Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
And Spotify, you can comment on the episodes. We love those. That's a fun little feature. And then, but if you would like to see our beautiful faces instead of just listening, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Shade of It All Podcast. We also post clips on TikTok at the Shade of It All Podcast and Instagram at the Shade of It All Pod. We'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Maple.